Welcome to Norway. You are in the drop zone, and I am JealousFist. Yes, I am. And what are we talking about today? We're talking about tactics, tips only, where we discuss little tips only to see how they feel, and then we pull out of here. Tip number 1. Use alarm traps to cover your back, especially if you're going to be set up somewhere and sniping, like on the bow of the great big ship, beached here tragically on the map of Anakin. I love this map. Oh, you see the crows over there going around? Always pay attention to those. That let me know there are 2 people just over there to my northeast. So you can see getting up here, I was going to go and snipe, going over there to check out, see if I can see these guys who set off the crows. Putting down a glint to make them think a guy is camped right there looking right at them in case they notice me. Getting up here to set up. Oh, we heard that. So we turn around. Notice how I'm staying out of line of sight. I'm using the ship to conceal myself visually. Trying to get some shots. Oh, just lobbing potatoes. No good. No good. Number 1 airdrops retrieved all time right there, bro. Remember to use the elevation, the rocks, everything to your advantage. Getting up behind him. Getting rounds in him, on him, dead. I wouldn't have even known he was there without that alarm trap. Tip number 2. When you're in Anakin, again, I'm in Anakin a lot, I like this, and you know a guy's in this watchtower, in the light tower, put an alarm trap down here at the base so if you know if he comes down the stairs. That way, you don't need to sit here and camp and watch for him and perhaps get shot in the back from another island, or maybe there was a guy here with you that whole time. See how I'm paying attention to the map? I know somebody hit the signal. I'm going to try and shoot him because I've got that alarm trap back there covering my back. So now I can be engaged with this guy right here while covering the guy behind me. It's like you're in 2 places at once. I truly feel that alarm traps are underutilized, underappreciated. I think they're fantastic. In fact, I wish they would move the rarity down 1 so we could carry 1 extra. 5 alarm traps is just not enough. Again, I heard the alarm trap, so always approach with caution, maintain your cover. Honestly, looking back on this right now, I feel this is a little reckless, but no airdrops ever go to the fate of heart, do they? You can walk around on the edge of this tower here. Do that. Check it out how too I'm being mindful to still get things ready for the airdrop, which I'm going to be going for later. Always looking around, always trying to peek. I don't know where this guy is. I know he's in there, but I don't know where he is. Now I thought he had run away here, so I'm trying to place another one. And look at that. Look at that. Never assume you know where they are. Never assume that. He screwed up there. He should have jumped out there. So then I saw him. He knew I was there. Rounds in and on him. Dead. Good game, bro. Tip number 3, another one having to do with alarm traps. I love these when I'm going for the airdrop or really any point of interest, especially now that we have limited pings. You need any way to know where people are around you. Vigor is so realistic looking. Look at all these trees, the brush, everything. So if you're out of pings or you don't have them, put a perimeter of alarm traps all around the airdrop area. This here is on Victorson up in the north end. Lots of trees, good cover, good concealment all around where the airdrop will be in this particular game, and the airdrop in this particular game will be way out in the open. So I'm just putting alarm traps all around everywhere, just to be careful. Look at that. See him looking around, trying to keep a visual awareness of him. And just looking at my notes here, this specific guy is a top 10 player. Good game, bro. This is a while ago. He probably won't see this. And then that right there was the crux of why the alarm traps are great. Look at that. I had no idea this other guy was going to be around. That totally saved me. Totally saved me. Look at that. Put it in. Him. Dead. Again, in clip number 4, another quick alarm trap tip, and you're going to see after I get up here on this hill how effective alarm traps can be when you're actually in an active and hot fight with multiple people all around you. Alarm traps aren't only good for when you're camping a spot or getting set up or getting ready to snipe. They can be great in an active, ongoing fight. They can watch your back even when it's in the middle of the game and a bunch of people are around. So you can see I'm running over here. I just wanted to put it around somewhere where I felt like people could possibly come up, right? People always come up around this area, and the crash chopper, they probably shouldn't, but they do. Right around there. People always go around there. I didn't even think somebody was going to come. I was just being careful. See, look at that. I was concerned with the other guy. That alarm trap saved my life right there. One stupid little alarm trap. Alerts me. See the guy. Ooh, they're messing me up. Always have painkillers with you. Those are armor plates. You guys that complain about armor, carry painkillers. Instant health instantaneously. I mean, how great is that? People cry about armor plates. Painkillers are better. Look, you're getting more than just the tips we're talking about. There's all sorts of tips in here. Oh, I love getting up on these propellers, jumping down, something crazy. Look at that. That looked like I did that on purpose. That was totally a mistake. Tip number 5, and I swear this is the last one about alarm traps. I just wanted to go heavy on these in the beginning because I think you guys are not using them enough. Alarm traps are great, but they can be a double-edged sword. Be careful when you place them. This guy in here was not very smart. When you place an alarm trap, pay attention to that green tripwire. It will get set off for anyone, not just an enemy. You yourself can set it off. Once you place it and you hear that setup noise, that beep beep or whatever, I forget what it is, that means it's active and you can set it off. And don't lay down right next to it like this guy. Look at that. Oh, there was a whole lot wrong with that. Tip number 6 is something that I like to call blind fire or weed whacking. Probably blind fire is a better term for it. I usually call it weed whacking. If you feel like there are people around you in the trees, just shoot into the trees. You're either A, going to hit them in the trees if you just happen to shoot where they are, or B, you're going to spook them because you're shooting the other way and he's going to try and shoot you in the back just like this guy did right here. He spooked himself out. He flushed himself out. And now look what he's did. He's way out in the open. Done. All I had to do was shoot in some stupid, beautiful Norwegian trees there. Again, this is just going to be another example of weed whacking or blind fire. I love to weed whack around points of interest, especially around Bard House or the locked container or the time safe. Airdrop too, but honestly, I feel like weed whacking usually tends to work a lot better for me when I'm kind of at a hot spot in mid-game when a lot of people are still alive, a lot of guns running around. This was the Bard House in this specific game, if I remember correctly. And I can't really remember specifically why, but I just felt like there was going to be a guy in this tree there. You need to trust your instincts in this game. If you feel like a guy is there, just shoot. I don't even think I heard anything. This always stuck out in my mind, and I saved the clip for this right here. I was like, I think there's a guy right here, and I just shot. If I had been wrong, it wouldn't have mattered. But I was right. And all it cost me was 2 seconds of trigger pull. Didn't even expose my position. Tip number 8. I file this under greed. Don't get greedy. Greed, in my personal opinion, is the #1 cause of death in this green land of Norway. Most Norwegians die from greed. And what do I mean? Greed could be you're too excited to get the kill or the loot. Look at this. See how I'm shooting and the other guy was shooting? Now, this guy who I'm about to kill totally heard me shooting this guy. He knew somebody was close. He knew somebody else shot at that guy. He heard it and he definitely saw the rounds. And if he didn't, he should have had a headset. But I'm going to guess he was aware. Look at him. He's waited a little bit. He doesn't see anybody right away. And he's so excited. Look at him. He went right to that body. Now I get his kill and his body. Don't get greedy. Be smart. For tip number 9, this goes under greed as well. But this is an example of knowing that you can die to greed, and I purposely chose to take the W, take the win, and not snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. You see this glint up here? There's a guy. He's glinting. He is a glinty McGlinterson. I hate these losers in the bushes, behind the rocks, all that. He has a fantastic spot. Fantastic spot. You see how I'm using the airdrop, keeping it between him and me as good cover. Probing around in there, looking around, just trying to see if I can kill this guy, get him out of the way, burn him down, grab my airdrop, and go. Right about now, I'm deciding that's not going to happen. He's just going to be very smart, not expose himself. So what did I choose to do? I chose to get this airdrop and get away. Just get out. I've got the win. I've got what I want. That's what I want. I want the airdrop. I'm just going to go because look at this guy. He played smart. And tip number 10, this goes along with not only greed, but weed whacking and many other tips I brought up earlier, and just in general in tactics. Right here as I'm approaching the signal, I'm pretty sure there's a guy around. I have no idea where he is. I have no pings. I don't even think I have any alarm traps anymore at this point in this game, so I'm just running around, being very careful. Juking around, jumping, checking corners, checking into bushes, just shooting. Just use that ammo. Checking above. People love to be on that roof behind on the shed. They love to be in these bushes. And look at that, he revealed himself. So immediately returning fire into there, just blindly. I couldn't even really see him. All I could see is the glint and him moving around. Switching weapons, I don't have time to reload. That's another tip I'm always talking about. Switch your weapon. We're coming up to the crux of what I'm getting at here though. This is mostly about greed. Again, all the time people will go to use a mortar or a grenade and they think the mortar and the grenade is going to work. So they call in the mortar and then they just stop shooting. Don't do that. Don't expect it's going to work. Get the kill right away. If you call in the mortar, even if you think the mortar is going to get the guy, still shoot at him. You want to be throwing anything and everything at him. You see how I was shooting? As soon as I thought he was right there, just shoot. Don't assume the mortar is going to do the work. And when you're feeling right, just celebrate that victory tactically. Remember, you're an operator operating operationally in a dynamic, kinetic, and non-permissive environment, and you need to celebrate. I don't know about you guys, but I play with a very laggy connection, and this game is laggy to begin with. You see how he's just walking into that corner there, and none of my bullets are registering? That means we are in network instability. We are desynchronized. So what you do is what I just did here. You dump rounds into him immediately, shoot into that crab walking body, and then run away, because he could shoot you too and do the same thing. You're both trapped in each other's screens in that weird crab walk to nowhere. But you can still kill somebody in network instability. We'll register those shots on the other guy after things resynchronize. So keep that in mind. If you see a guy crab walking like that, that means you're in network instability. Your servers are not talking to each other, but you can still kill each other. Dump rounds into him, run away. Tip number 12. Whenever possible, get into a weird spot. If you've got a guy in a shack or a house or something like you're about to see in this clip here, move around, juke around, try and get him from another angle. The developers, the Vigor gods, have done an amazing job in this game at never allowing one position to be too OP, with some exceptions. Some places are nearly impossible to assault. Most of them are not. They usually leave little ways to get in and out. As you can see here, I'm just trying to make my way up to this window. I know he's down in there somewhere on the ground crawling around, so I'm going to get another angle on him. Always looking around. Look, I'm trying to not really expose myself too much, because if I can see him, he can see me, right? Right.
The plane is coming. Prepare to
There he
fight
is.
the airdrop.
Let's get those rounds right on him. Dead. Love it. He didn't even see that coming. Shoot him from a weird spot. Get weird victories. For tip number 13 here, I love a good flashbang. If you're in a stalemate with a guy, you're out in the open, he's out in the open, it's too risky to really make a big move or whatever, but you can expose yourself for a few seconds. Just throw a flashbang. Look at this. We are in a classic standoff here. I immediately decided I can't do this. There might be people coming for this airdrop. I'm blinking. What do? Throw the grenade right at him. He's stunned. Oh, that was a perfect one too. Look at that. He can't see anything. He's just open. Dead. Use a flash. Tip number 14, continuing on with the throwables tip of last clip or whatever. Ugh, excuse me, I'm still pretty sick, not feeling good. When you're in a standoff with another man and you're both behind some trees and you happen to find yourself in position of a frag grenade, use that grenade. Use that grenade to try and either force an action, as in getting him to move and expose himself, like stir the pot, or hopefully you get the kill, right? Now I see him coming out of the tree. I get behind my tree. Can't really get him. So get the grenade out. And a quick tip on this, start throwing it before you even move out of the tree. I had hit my trigger to throw it well before I'd even thought about moving out. Get that animation, get that throw animation going right away. Tip number 15 here, use jammers. Jammers are very, very good in more than one situation. They're great they're great for hiding you from portables, portable signal detectors, pings, and all that. But they also are great for confusing, disorienting, and making a guy nervous. This guy was in this house. I'd actually clipped off a lot of the beginning of this fight. This has been going on for minutes upon minutes. He was not exposing himself. He was being very careful, very scary. See him shooting out the window there. Just using all the tactics somebody would use to stay alive in the house. I put down that jammer though, and look, he couldn't even hear me. Repositioned, A, because of all the gunfire, the confusion, the footsteps everywhere, but also because of the sound of that jammer, and psychologically, people being robbed of their compass and the map really does affect them. It messes them up. Use jammers for more than just jamming pings. They can help. Tip number 16, use the crows. Use Queen Forsythiaa's crows as a free ping. You see these crows flipping? What does that let you know? Well, that lets me know, because I'm not at the exit, there are 2 Norwegians directly in front of me at that exit. I've got 2 people there. I didn't even have to use a ping. Crows are free pings. Last but not least, tip number 17, whenever convenient, if you're not on a timetable like me, if you're not somebody like me who's moving around on a strict timetable, because I am always trying to get the airdrop, or if you're close to the other spawn, go and check the other spawn point. Some spawn points are very close to each other on some maps, like very close. Like right here, you see this? On Brodelin in the southwest area of the map, there's the restaurant, and then there's that shack over there. Look at that. Look at that. Dead. Dead. All because I checked that spawn right next to me. Learn your spawns. There you have it. Tactics, tips only, done. We didn't go in as far as we normally do here on tactics, but that felt pretty good. I liked just the tip. Let me know what you think. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, let everybody know. All these good little Norwegian boys and girls, they need to learn how to play this game. We need to keep this game strong. As always, I am your #1 retrieved airdrops, 10,000 and counting, all time, all systems, and your favorite official Vigor partner's favorite official Vigor partner, JealousFist. Bye.